Hi, welcome to this demo of BaseQL or Airtable block for the competition. Um, we have a basic base here, a database with people, and we basically want to showcase how to use the power of GraphQL using BaseQL block on top of this database. We have here, as you can see, some basic data types. We try to use a bunch of different data types from Airtable to showcase it the best way possible. We also have some relationships, we have another table called cities, and cities has its own fields, its own columns like country, state, so on. And we also have self-referential relationship called friends. Basically, it's a link to the same people table. We did this to showcase how to do deep level relationships. If you know the origin of GraphQL, you probably know that it originated in Facebook, to where they have this challenge to how to join, how to access this deep relationship of their graph database between friends and relationships and friendships. So we added that to showcase that. But to get started, of course, you open blocks on the right side here, and we already have BaseQL block installed. You will see right away the name of the base you're on and the API key. The reason we need the API key is to access the data and fetch data from Airtable. When you provide that, you should be ready to just click Launch GraphQL. It's taking a while, my computer, sorry. And right away, you will have access to a GraphQL interface endpoint. Actually, let's code here because I want to start with the clean slate. Okay, so yeah, we have a clean interface here to start interacting with our Airtable via GraphQL. I'm gonna split the window here so you can see it better. Let's do it like this. Close this one. We do this right away. So we can just say like people and say name, and you can see right away the autocomplete. You can pretty much choose any option here or do this type ahead thing. Let's say vegan, favorite color, and just hit command enter or click here, and you'll get the data right away. We got all the people. We need their name, if they're vegan, favorite color, and we get this data right away. We can do basic filtering, something like give me the people whose name is Ben, and give me the same columns. You will get only one record whose name is Ben. You can add, let's say, I'm gonna maximize this thing again. We can just add a new column here. Let's call it XYZ, and just give it Ben whatever value you want to, and we can just we probably want to code this, but we can just refresh this, and we afterwards it's dynamically added there. So we have XYZ value 4. It's automatically synced, dynamically synced with our GraphQL endpoint. We can also query, let me get this back here. We can also query relationships. That's the one, like the ones we talk about. For example, city. City is a relationship, so if we want to provide some of these values, let's say we want to know the state, country, and the name, of course, of the city Ben belongs to, and you can see the output right here as a nested relationship. But as we said, the really interesting part, the Facebook use case, I will say, is querying friends. So we can do that right away with just simply calling friends name. But it doesn't stop there. We can query friends and self relationship at an arbitrary level. So let's say we also want to know the friends of friends, want to know their name and fab color as well. And there you go. You can go as deep as you want. You can query this sort of relationships very easily using GraphQL. And besides the autocomplete thing, you can also click here and see the docs. And if you click on query, you will see a very quick documentation of all the tables available and all the fields you can query. You can see all of them start with alphanumeric characters. And there is one we implemented called filter underscore filter, which basically allows you to do complex filtering. I have already prepared a statement for this. I'm going to copy and paste it so you don't have to watch me typing it. But basically, we implemented MongoDB-like syntax with filter and or statements equal to, in, greater than, less than, all sort of stuff. So for example, here we have a filter where vegan is true, the city includes Monterey, and or the city includes Monterey, and the network is greater than 5,000. So we will get only two persons that will meet this criteria with this complex but yet very approachable way of filtering. So there are many things that you could do. I mean, it's up for you, and it's very intuitive way to query. GraphQL is very intuitive, very human way to query data. So we hope you find it helpful, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.